Oh, good morning, guys. I'm sporting my new shirt and my Yellowstone hat. I've also got my inverters, the Outback ones, here behind me. And if I can figure out how to flip the screen. There we go, flip the screen. I've got the Victron inverters in here, and I told you guys I'd give you a detailed explanation of them, what I've got and how I did it. The quick lowdown, this has got some connectors in it, I forget what they're called, but I've got the generator and the shore power. They come through, they get switched. This also has an automatic transfer switch for when I've got 240 volt, this will run 240 to the dryer. But then, so one feed comes over, this has got a generator and the shore, which only one will have power. It goes down and it's got a 50 amp from one leg and the other leg. So basically those come over. So each one of these gets a leg into neutral and a ground. This box, I also have a bypass. It'll run up to this box. That way, if I want to bypass the inverters, I can have power to the coach. So then basically I've got the DC legs coming from the batteries. They'll invert as well, but this will also pass through. So I've got the power coming in, and then these have 50 amp pass through coming back out. It goes to this box that I can control. Got 50 amps on each leg, so I can shut off the output. That comes over to this box if it's not mechanically interlocked, to shut the other one off. And so basically I can run the coach that way. The details that I was going to show you, I have, so each leg coming in, so it's split phase, so each 120 volt leg is 180 degrees out of phase of the other, and so that's how the neutral is not overwhelmed, because the power's out of phase. So I've got the data, there's two data that's inside of this box. I'll put them over here. So I've got the two data for the top, two data for the bottom. So I've got the two jumpered together. One of these wires goes down to the servo, which then goes to the color touch. So I've got another line that runs over to my computer, and I'll get it started up here. So if I come to the computer, I'll come over here. They actually have an app, Victron Connect. Okay, so I redid this. So if you've got the servo plugged in, it kind of takes over. So I've unplugged the servo and plugged it into my laptop. So here's what I wanted to show you. So if you go in here and then you click Multiplus, it's all automatic. So I daisy chained the two together and then plugged it in here, and then this pops up. So you can select multi-phase and all of this stuff. So it shows line 1, AC in, because I've got the one in there, but you can see L1 and L2, and then the output current. You can come in here and you can do see right here, this is split phase system. So you can come in here and you can see general, the frequency, AC1 input limit, so it's limited to 50 amps. Current limit overruled by remote. Dynamic current limit. Prevents AC voltage drop in the event of a sudden load increase. What I've done is I've hit the dynamic current limit, so this prevents AC voltage drop in the event of a sudden load increase. I didn't have that selected before. The grid, so we've got our 60 hertz. Fast transfer when the mains generator stops. So I'm going to go ahead and select that. So that's a faster transfer. You can select the AC low voltage disconnect. So the AC input will be deactivated when the voltage drops below this level. And so this is 110. So I think I might change this to 105 because sometimes it'll drop suddenly. AC low voltage connect, so when the voltage hits 110 it'll pop back on. AC voltage high connect and disconnect, so it'll disconnect at 35 and back at 30. The inverter, so inverter output voltage, you can select the voltage, the ground relay, DC input, low shutdown. So I've got to read back through here because I don't, that doesn't seem right. Low state of charge shutdown, AES. So there's a bunch of different things in here. And so this is one I was wanting to select, power assist. If the load exceeds the AC input current limit, use the inverter to assist. And so we go back here to charger. Charge current's 52 amps, got it enabled. These are the default values. Temperature compensation, it's got an adaptive charge curve. I don't have lithium batteries, storage mode, weak AC. So then you come back here and then you double click on these buttons, copy settings to all. So that's it. I can go back here. So this is reset up. That's all there is to it. It's a nice app on the Mac. So what I'm going to do now is plug the servo back in and go in and see if I can run the air conditioners. Guess I might as well show that. So I'm going to disconnect this. Come back here and plug the servo back in. So we should be good. This is probably going to start up on me. Oh, it's running. So what I'm going to do now is turn an air conditioner on. So 3, we'll kick on AC and see what this does. All right, so this is what I was wanting to show you. So I just had to pair it. So when you go to the app, you can go local or virtual. So I'm on local because it's Bluetooth, and so it will connect. That's what you can do on the phone, but I can't show you on the phone. So then you can go to the online portal or the remote console. So the remote console is exactly like this. The problem is when I do the other one. So I'm gonna hit 4 to cool, and we'll see if it will start both of these. So I used 2 hands just in case something went wrong, but adjusting those features, it started this. So I think the cold or the locked rotor amps is 60 on each one of them. So I think the inverters were doing what they were told to do. So now that I've switched them to the UPS feature and then, you know, let it have a second of being overloaded, I'm now running when I need to. So I've got 24 amps running off one leg and close to 3,000 on another. So I guess I could, well, I'm over it now, but each inverter is 3,000 watts, so I can safely run one air conditioner on the batteries through the inverter, and now I can run the whole bus with it. I ended up getting some hard start capacitors to get the air conditioners to go a little bit easier on themselves and with the system. But just wanted to show you. I'll also bring my iPad in and I'll show you kind of the software on the virtual network. There's just no internet out here. Alright, so we'll get all of this done here. So this is what I was wanting to show you. So there's another app, VRM, so you can connect that. This is my installation. So then I can get a dashboard view. So this is what the other one's showing. So it shows leg 1, leg 2. It shows the battery voltage, the loads. It also has this neat historical data. So what I can do is get consumption, and I can get today, and you can do anything you want with it. So you can see, I guess you could see the consumption over, what was that, last 2 days. So it'll show you anything. There was also an alarm log. So this is what I had, an alarm the other day when it went over voltage. So you can select these things to see. You can also pull this data apart. And I mean, this is awesome. I couldn't see anything in those outbacks, and this is like, you know, I can see the input power, and you can see anything that you want in here. These are the alarm time frames. So what was happening is I told it if it went over the 50 amps to shut it down, and so that's what it did. So now I kind of took that out. I've got enough wire in there. It's 6 gauge wire. It'll take a bleep for a second. You're just not wanting to overdo the insulation capacity, but thought I'd show you this. This is cool. Device list. You can see your remote console on here too. So I mean, you can do this anywhere that you have internet, so it'll show you that. The other thing is on this servo over here, I'm gonna go ahead and connect some temperature wires, and then I can get some different temperatures of like this bay, like the water bay, and maybe inside the coach. So, you know, if we've got the dogs in there, I can see if something happens. I've also got this remote generator start, and so I'm gonna hook that into the servo as well. So that'll line it up. The other neat thing is this alarms log. I think it's on reporting, or crap, sorry guys, I think maybe advanced, I don't remember, but somewhere on here you can do a reporting. I thought it was in reports. You can just do a whole bunch of stuff in here. I need to learn it. Maybe it's in settings, alarm rules, there it is. So I've got here, so if the battery's low, it'll email me. So as long as that servo is connected to the internet, it'll do that. I've got a hotspot, so I can do that. But you can add any rule. So if you add like add new alarm rule, you can hit like the servo or the temperature inputs that I've got on there. So you could hit servo, next, parameter. So these are all the different parameters that you can select from. You know, if it's running the generator, if it does anything voltage, internal temperature, signal, AC input, signal strength, all of this stuff. You can put in new alarms, and this will email you if something's acting up. So, not that it's an important because this one works now, but it's kind of neat to have that functionality. You know, for 2021, we've got pretty powerful features. The other thing I'd like to add on there are the tank sensors. If I can find one, that'll work. So then I can see my water level, gray water and black water level, and see it to the actual gallons, I think. So thought I'd just show you this. They've made it really easy to do. Any questions? Want to see any more details? Let me know.